Okay. So we did some faction main videos where faction mains talk about 3 matchups and the builds they would take and why. Let's do it. I'm going to do Skaven. I was going to do Greenskins, and I said, you know what? People want Skaven, so let's find 3 matchups that are fine for Skaven. Let's go Dark Elves. So Dark Elves versus Skaven is fine now. You grab Ica Claw, Doom Wheel, Flensing Ruin as his only spell, and then Unlimited Power and Brass Orb. You don't want Musk of Fear because you're not going to be spamming out spells. You'll get like 2 or 3 Flensing Ruins throughout the whole game. Unlimited Power, you spam that out to get more Flensing Ruins out. Brass Orb you can use on Clumps or the front line. On his Doom Wheel, he has more health, but he also provides Terror. You want 2 dogs, 4 Rat Ogres for that extra mass. A front line of Clan Rats and stuff, but let me get my other things. You want 4 Night Runners, 2 Globes. What else am I missing? Night Runners, 2 Globes. Oh, I had some Gutter Runners too, didn't I? Okay. Let's get that front line together. 700 gold left. It's missing something. If I want to use Clan Vulcans... Hold on, do I just have my army preset? Yeah, I do. So what's in here? 2 Gutter Runners, the Vulcan Tail Slashers. Okay, yeah, I was pretty close. I was pretty close to what my build was. So the Gutter Runners and Night Runners, you can use them to skirmish with Harpies a bit in the sky, or to shoot at the Dragon Lord in the sky, or to shoot at Manticores and drag them down to the ground with Rampage. But you can also use them just against Cold One Knights and Dark Riders. Dark Riders are low armored. Even when they're shielded, they're low armored enough that Night Runners and Gutter Runners throwing their shurikens at them do significant damage. And then when you get into melee with them, you hold okay. So really these guys protect your flanks. I use Rat Ogres on the front line in combination with my Clan Rats to punch through the Dark Elf forces. Ica Claw can charge in on his Doom Wheel for some terror too. And then with Globes. So you can get rid of the Dark Elf front line, your flanks are protected by Night Runners and Gutter Runners, and then your dogs can sneak through and chase down archers or skirmish cab or something. But you mostly just need to make sure the dogs chase anything that routes so that it doesn't come back. So you kind of turn this into a rush build in a way. You just walk at the Dark Elves and take them out, but make sure your flanks are secured by the Night Runners and Gutter Runners. So it's fine. It's good stuff. What other matchups are okay, palatable? Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings is a pretty good one for Skaven. I got Lord Skrulk. I like his low profile so that Ushabti Greatbow can't shoot at him super great. Take Rod of Corruption, Libra Bubonicus. With him, I usually take Vermintide and Wither. And then skip all of this. So that's fine. Vermintide for the summon is always pretty good, and then Wither. If you cast it on Ushabti, melee or the Ushabti Greatbows, you lower their armor, help out stuff. And also with a unit I'm about to add to this build, Wither is nice to reduce some of those armors. I do take 3 Plague Monks in this matchup. Really good infantry clearing stats, and then get through the Tomb King's front line like nobody's business. I also grab 2 or 3 Warp Lightning Cannons to duel with Casket of Souls, or Ushabti Greatbows, or Sepulchral Stalkers, or to shoot at melee Ushabti, shoot at Chariots, shoot at Cav. There's no bad targets for the Warp Lightning Cannons. I go a bunch of Skaven Slaves, other than the Plague Monks. I know that seems weird, but Clan Rats hold for longer. They don't kill ever. They don't kill anything. Your Plague Monks are going to kill the Tomb King's front lines. Your Skaven Slaves won't die to the Tomb King's front lines very fastly. They'll hold. Because the Tomb King's front line is super defensive, so why spend the extra money on Clan Rats? So I just get some Skaven Slaves. You're going to put 2 protecting your Warp Lightning Cannons. So your real front line is going to be 3 Plague Monks and 3 Skaven Slaves scattered throughout. After that, you do need your 4 Rat Ogres. Again, good armor piercing, good mass, good stats, no real problems. And this is like the core of your build. After that, you can kind of do whatever you want. I usually like to grab a Packmaster, put him on his Brood Horror, and give him a Shock Collar, Scrying Stone, and running with the pack. Then he runs around with your Rat Ogres and does some pretty good work. That's fine. Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers can also be okay in this matchup if you want to cut a slave and get them. Fire damage versus Tomb Kings is always really, really good. Aside from that, you can get a 3rd Warp Lightning Cannon if you're feeling inclined. You can get 2 Globes to clear out Cav blobs if you want, but if you do that, you should probably cut the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers and get 2 Clan Rats of Spears, just for more bodies. Wait. Spears of Shields, sure. Just more bodies and stuff. But like we said before, after you get this, you can largely play around with your funds as you feel. But Warp Lightning Cannon's good against Ushabti, and Bone Giants and things like that. Packmaster and Rat Ogres also help out. Plague Monks go out the front line, and you're usually pretty good to go. Last matchup for the day. Could do Vampire Coast, but has a lot of similarities to Tomb Kings. Oh boy. This is the hard part about Skaven. They either counter the enemy so significantly it's not worth talking about, or they get countered so significantly it's not worth talking about. Tzeentch is fine. Skaven can do okay into Tzeentch. Okay, cool. Skaven versus Tzeentch. Grey Seer. It's Grey Seer matchup. Spells of Ruin, probably Howling Warp Gale and Death Frenzy, or Howling Warp Gale and Warp Lightning. Whoops, sorry. Either of those is fine, but you need the Howling Warp Gale. Also get the Warpstone Scroll, Potence of Verminous Dune, cut Arcane Conduit, put them in a Screen Bell, and keep Musket Fear. Because you have 2 cheap spells, you're going to be spamming out a bunch of spells to keep Musket Fear. Death Frenzy if you want your flank engagements with Rat Ogres and Dogs to go better. Warp Lightning is if you want to punish blobs. Either is fine. It's honestly fine. I'll probably keep Warp Lightning. Okay. You probably want the magic damage Wolf Rats to get through Blue Horror's physical resistance or to deal with Chaos Knights a little bit. 4 Rat Ogres, as you're getting used to me saying, is pretty standard here. Now this is one where you don't want the Clan Red front line. Their shields can help them against Blue and Pink Horror Fire, but they also hold against Chaos Warriors for a while. Globes is pretty good against Chaos Knights and things like that. This is where you can start to deviate, depending on what you want to do. I still honestly like 2 Jezzails, a couple Slingers, and then we could go Night Runners. Night Runner, Gutter Runner combo. Yeah, something like this. You can have the Night Runner and Gutter Runner run around, harass the Flying Lord of Tzeentch, or Screamers, or Furies, or Chaos Spawn, or something. Skaven Sleep Slingers are pretty good against demonic units, like just fire over the front line, either into Chaos Spawn if there are Chaos Spawn, or into Blue and Pink Horrors, and you'll be fine. Another way you could go with this is cut the Jezzails and instead go with It Gets Zap Zap and another Warp Lightning Cannon. I guess you still have a similar price point, so let's see. You can't get a Gutter Runner and a Night Runner in that case. Could get a 3rd dog. 4th dog. At that point, you might want 2 with poison, 2 without. This could be something. Because then it gets Zap Zap and the Mother Warp Lightning Cannon, you just shoot the Soul Grinder if they bring one. And after that, they can flip onto the enemy Lord, or Chaos Spawn or something, and then your dogs can run around and clean up horrors, or any Marauders they can get rear charges on, things like that. But either of those builds will work. Yeah, it'll be fine. Globes and Rat Ogres will have to help the front line a little bit if you're going to prevail. This is okay. Because then the Soul Grinder only has so much ammo. You can shoot the Warp Lightning Cannons, or you can shoot the Grey Seer, not both. Same with Blue Fire. The only thing with the Warp Lightning Cannons is I wouldn't shoot at the Lord of Tzeentch unless you net him in place with Howling Warp Gale. Then you can kind of shoot at him, but otherwise just focus down the Soul Grinder. It's more worth your time. The only reason I might go back towards the Jezzails and then Night Runner, Gutter Runner combo is that can be super potent with Howling Warp Gale. If you Howling Warp Gale the Flying Lord right over the Gutter Runner and the Night Runner, you can get a lot of damage out pretty quickly. So, yeah, this is a fine matchup for Skaven. Okay, bye! Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.